Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you how to make one of these beaded beads. So we're going to use a 10 millimeter pearl. You can use whatever you have that's 10 millimeter. These are just some inexpensive pearls, so I'm going to use that. And yeah, let me talk to you a bit about these lovely Terra intensive colors. So I did the reveal of these here. I think what I want to do, I had asked people for advice on what type of beaded rope to do, and then I saw a video for tubular chenille, and I was like, that can't be that easy to do. And I was like, okay, so this is what I made. So I think what I'm going to do is a necklace. So the whole rope in the tubular chenille, and then just string these guys on top. So I kind of picked the green. Green's pretty stunning, so I thought it would be really cool. Let's see how they all look on there. That, I don't know if we need a green one, but we'll see. That looks pretty good. Oh, this is going to be nice. Yes. Now, I kind of wanted to have the beads involved. Maybe what I should do is intersperse a bead in between. The other thing I thought I might do is put a gold bead every other, like throughout this, as well as the Terra intensive colors. So to give it that shiny look like that, because it looks a bit different there, but we'll definitely do something with these beads. So let's move this stuff aside and show you. I did try this tubular chenille with some black and matte gold beads. It turned out amazing. We're going to be doing some of those. I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm not going to use these. So I had mentioned about possibly doing one color for each. But you know what? Maybe what I should do is just use two colors and then it'll alternate. And I'm going to take my two favorite colors, the green and the yellow. So let's move these over here. Okay, you're going to need your scissors, size 12 needle. I am using this, I don't know where there it is. The sticker was gone from that. This is the good thread from John Bead. It works with 10-0 and 11-0 beads. It works with 15s as well. I don't think they mention that on their product information, but it does work lovely. So feel free to use it for that. This is a great deal. You can buy this at, look at how much there is, 500 meters, and it's about $12 Canadian at Michael's. And Carmi sent me a roll of black. So it comes in black, and there's a new color, tan, as well. So I have to get the tan and see how that works. This color actually is not white now that I look at it. It's like a cream color. Okay, so let's use that one. So you definitely need your bead. I would recommend, I'm using, let me enlarge this here. I'm using a head pin to hold my bead. Once I get the first couple of rows on there, I put it on the bead, and let me adjust the camera here. I put it on the bead because when I start to go around here, I want to pull tight so that it gets rounded. But I saw somebody take their thread and put their thread through the bead and come back around and then stitch that way. So we'll see if we can incorporate that. I don't know how that's going to work, but lots of ifs here. So take a full wingspan. This is what you're going to need for the bead. You will have some left over of your thread. And I'm going to show you a really cool trick to do with your thread to match the colors you want to match. We can either do yellow or green. I have my green marker out. Let's do green and see how that works out. So I'm going to take a green Sharpie marker. I have a little piece of cardboard that I've cut out. And what I normally do is I find the midpoint and do one side. So take your cap off, hold your thread down with the marker tip like that, and then with the other hand, pull it through. That's how simple it is. And now you have colored thread. So let's just flip to the other side. Like that. And do the same. And I untangle that. Get this one here. Untwisted. Like that. Now you have green thread. And you can do it twice if you want it darker. But you know what? I find that even just a little bit of color is enough to hide the thread. Okay, so I take my needle, put that on. There. Okay, so let's get some beads out. Some yellow. These colors, they're crazy. I cannot believe how gorgeous they are. So I'm going to try and do a design in further videos. Let me just take a peek at this. Make sure everything's the way I want it. I'm going to try and do a design for the tubular chenille to make it so that they're flowers and all different color flowers on a chain. So it doesn't matter, like, pick whatever color you're starting with. My color choice is only to show you one line from the next. So that's the only reason I'm doing it this way. So pick up 4 beads to start with. You're going to come back around. Go back through the 4. And pull it tight and tie it in a knot. So it's rounded like that. When we pull it tight, it will tighten that. There, like that. Do another knot. There. Normally, I cut the knot off, I cut the tail off and leave the knot. I'm going to leave it just so that it's easier for you to see. I have something to hang on to. So actually, the thread with the green thread with the yellow beads looks kind of cool. Okay, so now we're going to do our second row. So let me move these over. Okay, so now we are going to, I'm going to go through the next bead just so that I'm away from the knot. Bring everything through like that. And now we're just going to put a bead in each of those. So just to mention about these beads, these are 10-0 beads. You can do this with an 11-0. I do find that the 10-0 beads fit the pattern better. You can see there's a bit of, you can see the bead behind it, like the big 10 millimeter bead. You can see it behind it and a bit of thread. With the 11-0, it's even more than that. So let me show you. Here's an 11-0. You can see there's spaces, big spaces. So I was so glad to get the 10-0s. And you can get them on Amazon. Trying to think where else. The Michaels in the US, they have a lot more bead selection than we have here in Canada. So they might have these. Get this over here. So now you're going to go through your last one, and you're going to go through the one you added on the first as well. So let me move that thread and pop that bead in. So this is what you have, is your next step. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 beads in between the 2 green. So these corner pieces, we're going to put 2 beads all the way around. So pick up 2 of the yellow, go through the next green like that. Just like that. Pick up 2 more yellow. And I have so much stuff on my desk. Things are getting hooked here. So I hope everybody's positive for the new year. I sure am. There we go. And then our last one. Pick up 2. So you're coming out of this green here. You're going to go into this green. And you're going to go through the next yellow. So this essentially is peyote. So if you think of you're going through the green, this would be your step up. That. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a green in between these 2 beads, these 2 beads, these 2, here, all the way around. So like that. Next one goes in here. And like that. Show that to you there, like that. Through here. Another one. that's hooked on a... Oh, I missed something there. I went too far. And I must have gone around here. Let me see if I can get this out. Oh, I must have gone through the thread. Okay, let's just take our needle off. And pull that out. And put this back on. Sometimes I try to put the needle through wherever it's gone through, and it just makes it worse. So my recommendation is take your needle off. There. Okay, let's try this again. So I skipped this one here. Got a little excited. There, like that. Pick up the next one. So you're coming out of this yellow, you're going to go into this yellow with your green bead. Pick up another green, go between those two yellows, like that. And we have one more green to go in here. So pick up a green, you're coming out of this yellow, you're going to go into this yellow, and we're going to step up to this one here. And at this point, you can see it's quite flat. It needs to start rounding, so it's a good time to add it to the bead. So that's what you should have so far. So we are coming out of a green, so we're going to start adding yellows. So normally if I use a head pin, I take the head pin and if I'm working this way, you want to put it onto the bead the way you're working it. Otherwise it will be awkward. You'll be coming from the top with your needle. But if you prefer to do from the top with your needle, you can do it. And I just slide that onto my head pin. Take your bead, put it on, and you're ready to start stitching around your ball. Now the technique that I saw the person do, I don't think I'm going to try it for this. I'll try some on my own, and then we'll do a different. Now I could take this thread off. We don't need that. Okay. So I hold it like this and like this. It is a little bit awkward. What you can do is just hold it like this and use your bead mat to press down on with your head pin, and I'll tell you what happens is your thread will get twisted around that when you're coming around for the next bead. So you want to just remember to press down on your mat. Okay, so yellow is next. We're coming out of this green. We're going to go into this one. We need a yellow. So I'll go through like that. And you can start to pull it towards the bead like this. So coming out of this green, we're going to go into this green with a yellow. This goes a lot faster when you're doing it yourself. Doing it in a video is a little awkward. There's stuff everywhere that the thread's hooking onto. I should know better. I usually clean my desk off before I do a video for that reason. So just keep going around. Go from the one green to the next green, like that. Don't worry about those threads. They're going to be, as it goes around, it's going to get hidden underneath another bead. So pick up a yellow, coming out of this green, going into this green. That. Pick up a yellow, coming out of this green, going into this green. So sometimes it does get a bit confusing as you go along this way. So hopefully this makes more sense. Pick up a yellow. You're coming out of this green. We're going to go into this green. And you can see how lovely this thread is. I love it. It's super inexpensive. You can dye it the color you want simply with a Sharpie marker. So there we go. Keep going around. So this is what I was saying about the thread going around your head pin. So we'll just pull that out, put it on the mat, and there we go. So now we are complete, and actually using the two colors helps because it's letting me know that I'm done. So this is the green here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to step up to this bead here. I'm just looking at this for a sec here. Yeah, so step up to the yellow. I'm almost tempted to go green here. That's why I'm kind of pausing. But, oh yeah, we are actually. I was thinking that we were adding greens. So we were adding yellows. Perfect. Okay, so pick up a green. Coming out of this yellow, we're going through this yellow. And another green. Go through the next yellow. Another green. Go through the next yellow. Another green. Go through the next yellow. So if you see, there's a space here, and I found this confusing when I was learning how to do this. There's a space. It almost feels like you should be putting two beads there, but you don't want to put two beads because that'll make it larger. So the bead will sit on this edge, and what's going to happen is it's going to come around like it looks like it's doing like a swirl around the bead. So it's always going to sit next to the one you're coming through. Not a big deal. It normally puts itself there anyway, and that thread is not going to be visible because when we come back around, another bead's going to be sitting there. So no worries. I just thought I'd point that out because I found it really distracting, and I kept thinking I'm doing it wrong. And I'm being a beader and obsessive. I like to put beads everywhere where there's a space. That's how I roll. So It took me a while to get used to this design, of beading a bead. But let me tell you, it's so much fun once you get going with it. See, it's nicely rounded. So now we need to step up through this one. And we know we have to step up because there's no yellow here. So we just go through this one. And now we're going to add yellows. So pick up a yellow bead. We're coming out of this green bead. We're going to go into this green bead. You can see that that's where that one's going to start covering those threads that you're worried about. So coming out of this green, we're going to go into this green. I am going to enlarge this a bit. I don't want my hands to be gigantic, but I also want you to see what's going on. There. Let's see if that works. So pick up a yellow. The great thing is you can use your thread to turn, which is cool. So go through, coming out of this green, we're going to come through this one with our yellow bead and put your head pin down so that the thread doesn't get caught on it. Pick up a yellow bead, coming out of this green one, going through this green one. Pick up a yellow bead. You're coming out of this green. You're going to go into this green. Pick up another yellow. Coming out of this green, go into this green. You can see it's starting to come along. Looking pretty cool. Pick up a yellow bead. Coming out of this green, we're going to go through this green. That yellow bead. Coming out of this green, go into this green. Yellow bead. Come out of this green. Oh, this is a step up actually. So step up here. There we go. So now we're back to the green bead. Coming out of this yellow, we're going to go into this yellow. That one was really tangled. Pick up a green. Coming out of this yellow, we are going to go into this yellow. Bring your thread there. That. Pick up a green. Coming out of this yellow, we're going to go into this yellow. That. Keep going around like that. Through the yellow. And this is what I mean about the thread. I'm not taking my own advice. So pick up a green, go through the next yellow. It's lovely. Pick Pick up a green. It's a tiny one. Go through the next yellow. Pick up a green. Go through the next yellow. And a green through the next yellow. And I'm feeling like I want to step up. Let me look at this. Yeah, green, green, and green. So step up. Now we're going to put yellow beads in. So it definitely helps using the two colors to remind you where to put your step up. So now we're just doing the same thing. We're going to do this all the way till we get to about here. I didn't realize the camera wasn't in focus. Sorry about that. So we will do a decrease. The last 2 rows are decreases. Let's keep going. I haven't done this 2 colors yet, so I'm curious to see how the color comes out, the design. There's all kinds of videos out there on doing different designs. So I find them very hard to follow. So if there's a design idea you have, let me know. I will do my best to. So we're going to step up to the next one. I'll do my best to recreate it, because these are a lot of fun to do. And they're very they're very tactile too. You could use them as stress balls, but they look cool as, you can make earrings with them. Okay, so now we're going to put greens in. So when I'm doing these for myself, I do them sitting on the couch. They take no time at all. And instead of putting my head pin on the mat, I just put it on my shirt, whatever, you're wearing. Just enough to stop the thread from hooking around it. I did try other things, like I tried bending it. It never worked. This was the fastest kind of way to do it. Keep going around. Now that I'm thinking, with the amount of thread that I have, you could probably do this with half a wingspan. Pick up a bead. Now, you can kind of see some threads in through here. The tighter you pull, the less you'll see of those threads. I'm really struggling in the video to do that, just because it's This is like really awkward. Like I'm leaning over my desk doing this. So that one goes there. So this is the step up one. There. And it's a good time to get it nice and snug. Okay, so now yellow. Yellow. Yeah, this one should be over here. Okay, yellow. And yellow. This is a very quiet video. ASMR. Gather your beads. Come join me for beading ASMR. Are you guys laughing yet? No, Emma, don't go to the dark side. Beading's supposed to be loud and fun. Lots of noise. There. Yellow. And step up. And then we go to green. And we keep going. Green. That. I'm showing you the whole thing. I now have a pause button on my camera, which is a bad thing in some ways, but I could pause this and show you when it's time to decrease, but I prefer to show you the whole thing. I found when I was looking for videos on how to make this, it was very confusing. And I even still find that my decrease, like I should be able to count how many rows I get to my decrease, and there's never any instructions on that. Now, I'm just going to show you by where it is on the bead, and that seems to work. But yeah. Yeah, I thought that one went on there. So we're getting there. We're almost there. This is a step up here. Okay, yellow. So the step up is, or the decrease is quite a ways up on the bead because there's only 2 rows of step up. And if you remember the 2 rows we did at the beginning, the little cross and then the little poking out beads, that's the 2 step up rows. So you can imagine it's going to be quite like up to here. So there's probably another 2 rows of this. So let's continue on. Okay. Looking good. And this is the step up, believe. Yeah, this is the step up. There. So now we're putting our greens in. So actually, I think we can take this off now. Oh, look. Where's the hole? It's, if the bead moves around in there, it's not a big deal. It's pretty easy to find the hole with your needle. Okay, so green. 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 So we're still following the same pattern of the opposite color. So we're putting green beads in. We're coming out of the yellow bead here and going into the yellow bead here. Green bead, yellow, yellow. Green bead, coming out of a yellow, going into a yellow, and we're going to step up to the green. So, I am going to do, I believe, one more row, and then we'll close it up. Okay. So we're going to do yellow. Put a yellow in there. Yellow. 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 yellow, 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 and this should be the last yellow. Okay, so we're going to go through this green and up through this yellow here. Okay, so you can see the yellows. Now we're going to decrease, so we're going to go through this second. We went through a yellow as a step up, but we're going to go through this second one to decrease this. And we're going to add a green bead. So then we're going to go through. So we've got our green bead. We're going to put it there, but we're going to pick up these two. So we're going to decrease again on the yellow, like that. Pick up a green bead. So now we have one green bead. So we keep track because we're going to want 4 green beads at the end. So this is our second green bead. We are going to pick up the next 2 yellow. Snug them in. Pick up a green bead. Pick up the next 2. So this is number 3 of the green beads. Like that. And this is number 4 of the green. We're going to go through these 2 yellows here, and then we're going to go through that first green as well. Pull those together. So it makes like a little diamond shape. A little diamond shape there. Okay, so we're going to go through this green. And now we're going to reduce again. So if you see, you've got those 4 green beads there. We're going to put a yellow bead in between each of them. So pick up a yellow bead. That. Then another yellow bead. That. Another yellow bead. That's our third yellow bead. And then a fourth. Where are we here? There's the green. Right here. Like, just gonna pull it there, like that. Okay, so now we can go through and reinforce that diamond shape in the middle. Now, I see a lot of thread here. I think it was just the awkward way I was doing it. If you're pulling a little tighter, you're gonna not see as much. I can feel the difference in this one's like super tight. And I think this one's loose. Yeah, you can see a little more thread on that. This one looks stunning, this purple one. So, okay, let's go around one more time here. So, I'm going to go around the green and the yellows together, and then I'm going to go around just the yellows. Actually, just the green and the yellows together should be enough to close that off. That tight. And then I'm going to go through the yellow and the green of that little diamond shape. And then I'm going to go through some more beads to tie off. So I'm going to follow this swirl pattern with my thread. So I'm going to go through a few here like that. And I'm going to pick up a thread bridge like this, go around, put my thumb on it, pull the thread through, and then I'm going to go through the next few beads to hide the tail. And pull tight, bring those together. This looks amazing. Oh, isn't that cute? That's lovely. So you can see the holes right there. Let's cut this off. And that's not too bad. So if you're doing this by yourself, it probably takes a half an hour. So there you go. These lovely. You could do all kinds of designs. It's just gorgeous. These Terra intensive colors from John Bead. They're Preciosa, but they're supplied by John Bead. Big thank you to John Bead for these yummy beads. Yeah, I think I'll be ordering some more of these. They turned out amazing, and there's this lovely. So yeah, we're going to come up with some really fun, colorful designs to do. So take care, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.